Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danny here, Invest Digital Assets, coming at you with another video. And today I want to talk about the top 6 most countries with the biggest reserves of Bitcoin. Yeah, so who has the most reserves when it comes to Bitcoin? Well, let's start with the first one. We'll go from top to bottom. First is first, USA. United States of America. God bless you guys. USA is the number one when it comes to Bitcoin holding. Nobody really knows the exact number, but it's roughly around over 200,000 Bitcoin. 200,000 Bitcoin. Around the 215. That's what some websites say, and some people, that's what we believe. Between 210 to 215, 215,000 Bitcoin is how much the United States government is currently holding. They do have the biggest reserves. Number 2 is not too far from them, and I'll get to that in a second. But how did the US get so much Bitcoin? Naturally being one of the biggest economies in the world, and they used to be the number one economy for a very long time, right? You guys probably know, especially in the hacking world, there was in a dark web or the deep web early in the beginning where Bitcoin was just kind of getting big before it's really an asset that you guys see today. It was completely different 10 years ago. But there is the website used to be called the Silk Road. Essentially, it's a website where you could essentially buy anything from drugs to weapons to really hiring all sorts of, people. But basically, the U.S. government, I believe it was the FBI, they took down the Silk Road, and then all the Bitcoin that was in it, they seized that, and essentially it became the U.S. government reserves. So this is how the U.S. government got some of its Bitcoin, obviously by taking down really bad sites and taking possession of the Bitcoin, adding it to their national reserve. Essentially, that's how U.S. got most of its Bitcoin, right? But yeah, the United States of America, number one, king, 215,000 Bitcoin, roughly. All right, that's number one. Number two, it's going to be very close behind. It's going to be China. And actually, China, they did overtake the U.S. in terms of economy. The U.S. used to be number one for decades, and now the U.S. is number two. China has overtook them. Naturally, China is a big player, and again, we don't really know how accurate these numbers are, but these are the numbers that when you look up online is what you get. So China is sitting at over 190,000 Bitcoin. They're probably around the 195 or close to 200,000 Bitcoin. Again, the value of Bitcoin is going up. More institutions are adopting it. We're much more likely to see more nations adopting it as well, adding it to their national reserves. So the US at 215, China coming right behind them at around 195 to 200,000 Bitcoin. Probably also took some sites over time and then kind of took possession over Bitcoin, because I don't believe these nations have a buyback or buy Bitcoin program like El Salvador, which I'll get to that soon. But yeah, US number one, China number two at around 195, probably closer to 200,000 Bitcoin. In today, 2025, October 15, I'm filming this. Number three is UK or United Kingdom or England, depending on how you want to pronounce it, but it's going to be United Kingdom at 61,000 Bitcoin. Again, these are probably not the most accurate numbers. It's probably around the 63, if not 65, potentially 70,000 Bitcoin. But according to sources, it says 61,000, but you can run it up to 62. The UK government is holding 62,000 Bitcoin roughly. So that's that. Number 4, this is a surprising one. Ukraine. So Ukraine is actually number 4 in the list. A lot of people are surprised. You guys probably know that there's been war going on, and again, their currency is probably not the best. It's a good idea to either diversify or kind of slowly move to Bitcoin, because again, we've seen Bitcoin going up and up in value. Depending on how long you've been in the crypto industry, but if you've been since the bear market, since 2023, if you got in 2024, you probably saw Bitcoin at 16K, and we reached as high as 125. So Ukraine is definitely holding a lot of Bitcoin, coming at 4th place out of the whole world, at 42,000 Bitcoin. And number 5, Bhutan, or Bhutan, whatever you want to call it. Bhutan. So Bhutan, a very small nation actually, but their reserves are quite surprising. Coming at 5th place with, I believe it's about 12,000 or 13,000 Bitcoin. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments below. Who do you think holds more? Or if you guys, are these accurate numbers? Probably not. Are they close? Probably yes. But let's go with Bhutan for number 5, and they're sitting at around 12 to 13,000 Bitcoin in their national reserves. Right? Again, very small nation. Thinking ahead, they have some Bitcoin. Clearly, they're doing something right. It really doesn't matter how big your nation is. All that matters is it's the leader of that nation. It's very simple. Speaking of a leader of a nation, it's very important, number 6. And you guys probably, especially if you've been in the crypto industry for the past 4 years or so, you guys probably know that in El Salvador, they have a really phenomenal pro-crypto president. He made Bitcoin a legal tender in El Salvador, really essentially revolutionizing the whole payment system in El Salvador. Like again, today you can go to El Salvador and buy your house with Bitcoin. You can pay all of your bills with Bitcoin. Anything in that country you can do with Bitcoin. And starting from being a nation with a high crime rate, most likely almost zero, if not almost non-Bitcoin. Before him, Nayib Bukele, I believe that's the president of El Salvador. When he came in office, he was extremely pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin. He nationalized Bitcoin. He changed the infrastructure. I believe they were using the volcanoes to power their Bitcoin mining hardware. So it's very interesting. But yeah, El Salvador is sitting at 6th place, right after Bhutan. I believe that eventually they will pass them, personally. They're adding to their reserves all the time. Currently, they're sitting at over 6,200 Bitcoin in their national reserve. Naturally, the president keeps on adding more Bitcoin to the reserves. They see a lot of future in it, and really, the whole world is going to be tied to Bitcoin, so it's the way to go. But yeah, guys, that was it. Top 6, countries with the most Bitcoin. It's kind of hard to know with crypto because there's so many different crypto coins, but when it comes to Bitcoin specifically, you can judge it a little bit more. But yeah, number 1, United States of America. Number 2, guys, is China. Number 3 is going to be UK. Number 4 is going to be Ukraine. Number 5 is going to be Bhutan. And number 6 is going to be El Salvador. Now, as always, guys, that was a very simple video. I'm sure that information is already available out there. You can research it yourself. But yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button, subscribe, keep investing forever, and I'll see you in the next video.